What's good? It's your boy, Glacier. Now, I'm having a little talk with y'all because this is really a personal reflection for myself right now. Really just to talk about myself. Uh, I've not, I've not been feeling happy. I would say it's actually been quite a while since I had constant happiness. Um, I've been stuck in a continuous loop every day. I guess I could say every week. I guess you could see this is kind of a glimpse into what adults have to go to, people who work industrial jobs, this and that. And, their situation could be a lot worse. So, number one, I want to thank God. But I'm just looking at my situation. I'm like, this is not enough for me. This is not enough for me at all. It's not. I'm not content. I'm not content with any of this at all. At all. Since I've came back to school, I was motivated. I was very motivated to go back to school. I was very motivated to, you know, get a 4.0, this and that. But it just seems like my goals and my mindset has kind of shifted from that starting point of school. I know that I want to do YouTube because I enjoy having these talks. I enjoy, I'm not talking to the camera. I'm not. I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to you. Most importantly, when I talk to you guys, they obviously say that the best way for you to teach somebody, or the best way for you to learn something is to teach it to somebody else. And that's what I always been doing. That's why I like these talks. Because sometimes, I feel like Uncle Iroh. That's the right name from Avatar? Uncle Iroh? Or is it Uncle Aruka? How did I forget that? But this video is more chill, more low key. Now I did get a new camera. I did get a new camera. And I dropped a heavy investment on that. So I think that's probably the main thing that's made my mindset shift because obviously when I was really motivated to do my work, it's because I was like, I'm gonna use my degree. I know what I'm gonna use it for, go up in the business field. But now it's like number one, I learned this from Alex Ramosi. You have to invest your time in one thing. Obviously, you can branch out first, but first build up on that one skill. I wanted to first be able to build up on my skill of YouTube, then branch out and add other things. But with the way that I'm set up with my life, the way I'm positioned right now, I have to do accounting first. I have to get my accounting degree. And I don't want to just do accounting and get my bachelor's. I want to do my accounting to get my master's. That's a goal of mine that I have. And I guess you could say that right now what I'm struggling with is I want the gratification of knowing that I completed uh a college education, but at the same time I want to grow my YouTube channel. I don't want to be paid. I don't want to be paid. That's not the objective. That's not the goal. It's like I want my voice to be out there. I want people to, take steps. I want people to start their journey. I want people to start their process because it's not easy. It's not simple. That's why, you know, the earlier somebody finds my video, the more advice I can give them, the more conversations we can have, the more that they're learning, the more that they're understanding themselves. Because you have to realize you have to first embrace yourself before you can get to that next level. You have to embrace your flaws, embrace your mistakes, embrace it all. Forgive yourself, accept who you are, and then become a better version of yourself. Become the absolute best version of yourself. Now, back to what I was talking about. The way that I'm feeling right now is I just accounting is just not making me as excited as I thought I was going to be. And I know a lot of people struggle with this. I'm at really the mindset where it's like, do I want to drop out of school or do I pursue it? Cause I'm not in too deep technically. I'm still not in too deep, but my parents have technically already spent about like 40,000 in tuition already paid, and obviously, then I would have to put pressure for my YouTube channel to actually be successful because I do want to pay back my dad for the tuition. That's just something that I want to do. That's just a goal that I have in mind. So it just makes me think like, wow, I'm just really stuck in a situation. I'm just really stuck in a situation. But the reason for all of that is leading me to why I'm making this video. All of that was really just the intro, you could say. You are not going to be happy. I'm sorry to say, you are not going to be happy because I think now that I'm actually experiencing the emotion firsthand, I know what it is and I know what I actually want to go towards. Kevin Durant said in an interview that he's not happy, but he's at peace with himself. He has enlightenment, and that's what you should chase after. You see, there's always going to be something that you're going to want in order to make you happy. There's always going to be something new that you need to make you happy. What you're not understanding is that happy is an emotion. The same way sadness is an emotion, the way anger is an emotion, and so sorry to say, but it's temporary. Happiness is only temporary. And as humans, we have, I forgot where I read it in, but it's like we literally have something in our minds that makes us not content with our life once we get to that point. Now, it's good for an evolution standpoint, but just being a human, just wanting to be yourself, it is a bad thing. Now, it's not a bad thing because at the end of the day, because people have not been content with their life, that's led to creations like Apple, Quizlet, Ring, innovations to, in a way, save you time, in a way, innovations to make your life easier. Just looking out for ways to just make life easier. But once you get it, the next question that comes to your mind is, what more can we do? What more can you do? Humans always want more and more and more. That's why they keep coming out with so many Jordans, so many Nikes, all of these shoes, all of these clothing items, because humans are never going to be happy. They're never going to be content with what they have. And as you get older, you're going to get less and less happy. Because number one, you're going to have a constant comparison in your head to other people's lives. Always. You're always going to see what somebody else has that you don't have, but you're not even valuing what's right in front of your face. You can't see the blessings you have in front of your face, and that's only going to not worsen. Actually, yes, worsen your mood. Make your mood worse. Make you feel less of yourself. Bring down your confidence. But at the end of the day, I'm not happy because I want comfort. I'm not happy because I don't have financial freedom. I'm not happy because I don't have control of my life. At this current moment right now, I do not have control of my life. There is no way that I could just get up, pack my suitcases, and say, I'm not going to school no more. And it kind of hurts, kind of sucks. Because when you really think about it, you're not really free. Even when you think you're free, you're not free. Because if you know, time is money. And depending on what you do with your time can depend on what you do with the rest of your time. It's funny. If you invest a lot of time into a big profession, you get that dream job, well, now your time can be saved more because instead of, let's picture it like this. These are just two basic examples that everybody should understand. We have a person who didn't invest their time into school, and so they ended up working at McDonald's. Then we have a person who invested all of their time, not into school, but into playing a sport. All of their time. The hours just compiled, combined. Added up, added up, added up, added up, added up, added up, added up. Now look, because that person invested his time in doing nothing, nothing built up for him. So he ended up working at that McDonald's. As you know, McDonald's pays like what? Probably with the new salary raises. I think the new salary raise is 15 an hour. But I think for right now, at the current moment, it's still like 11, 12. So we'll just say 11. So they have to work 8 hours to make $88. 8 hours of your life that you cannot get back is made up with $88. But you enjoyed your time before though. You enjoyed your time, didn't you? You got to enjoy your time when you were doing shit with your life. You got to enjoy it, right? You got to enjoy when you was just hanging out, smoking weed with your friends, but now you're starting to reap the consequences. Be wary for people that say live in the moment all the time. It's good to live in the moment, but sometimes you have to plan for the future. Don't let the moment in front of you pass you by, but help your future self out. People self sabotage their future selves all the time. And I know I'm a victim of it, especially. I'm still doing it. As much I can say it's a lot less, but I've been catching myself here and there like, why would I just put myself in that position? Now, back to our example. Let's compare it with the sports player. Now, the sports player, everybody knows when you are forced to work out every day, you do not enjoy it. And on top of that, when you're doing sports, you don't enjoy every single workout. Some days you want to go home. On top of that, some days you just truly are just uncomfortable the whole workout. My athletes know what I'm talking about. You're just uncomfortable the whole time, because obviously you have to work on your flaws to get better for the future. If you were comfortable the whole workout, you wouldn't gain any progress because you're just doing things that you're already used to. Unless obviously it's repetition, 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 repetition. But sometimes you have to build onto the skills that you already have. So you are going to get uncomfortable. When I teach my little brother basketball all the time, he's always excited to play basketball with me because he's thinking, oh, we're just going to shoot around. We're just going to do something like, no, get the heavy ball, get some pads, get two balls. I'm making that man dribble all the time. 90% of the workout is dribbling because I have to teach him from my mistakes. Not investing your time to something. Investing your time to something is not for you to have instant gratification, and so it can be rewarded later. And so back to that example. When you're working out constantly, 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 you don't enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to be able to enjoy working out every single day. You're not. Some days it's going to get boring for you. Some days you might even lose that passion. Some days you might even lose that love for the sport. Lose that love for that field. Lose that love for that occupation. Lose that love for that hobby. Lose that love for just that skill that you were building. And this can lead to two roads. You can stop. You can stop. Everybody has free will on this planet. Everybody can do what they want. Everybody can do what they choose. But if you stop, you're giving in, number one. And number two, you're just giving up on yourself. Your past self is putting all this work, and your past self is literally telling itself every day, I'm going to work out, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you just lied. You're going to just sit here and give up on what your past self was feeling. Were you ever cut from the team? That feeling that you felt, that disappointment, that despair? Now when it's time for you to start working out every day, now you're like, is the team really worth it? Why are you backtracking? This is not take two steps forward to take three steps. I mean, I just messed that up. Two steps back to take three steps forward. This is you're taking five steps back and then never going on that path again, which is disappointing. Because guess what? Guess where that road leads? Congratulations, you're right with the person that was doing nothing in the first place. Now you're right back with the person that was doing nothing in the first place. You see how that works? It's like that one game where you had the where you're the man in the pot and you have the hammer and you're trying to climb up. It's like your fingers can get tired, you can give up. But when you fall, you're falling all the way down. You're falling all the way down to people who haven't even started. Sorry. Sorry. Or you're option two. And when you're option two, this is when you've already accepted. This is when you've already accepted the sacrifice. You are sacrificing your happiness. You're sacrificing, your enjoyment. You're sacrificing you're sacrificing the things that would make you happy for the things that are going to make you happier. You're sacrificing the temporary high for the permanent high, for the permanent enjoyment, for the permanent lifestyle that you want to live. That's why I tell people that go to parties all the time, you can't just chill on a party for one weekend, catch up on your work, maybe even get ahead. You're acting like there's not going to be parties when you turn 22. You're acting like there's not going to be parties when you turn 24. There's parties for all age groups. What separates the people in that party is their success. The people who ain't give up on their goals, the people who gave up their happiness and replaced happiness with discipline. You see, that is the key. As you can see, my energy starting to pick back up because I'm not happy. I'm not happy with my life at all right now. Quite disappointed. I'm quite ashamed. My sources of income that I could have are trash. Terrible. The enjoyment that I could have is useless to me because it's just temporary. I told myself If you was to look in my room right now, I didn't bring my PS4. I don't have my TV set up. I have no entertainment, no LED lights or nothing. My room is blank because I told myself all I'm going to do is I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to work. And that's what I've been doing. My grades are the best that they've ever been. And it's for me putting in the work. I can't control how good. I can't control how good my future job could possibly be. But I can control how much work I put in to make my degree stand out. I can show how much work I put in so that way I can control how much work I put in so that way I'm more acceptable for an internship. This is why I tell y'all stop watching porn because you're not going to be happy. You're not going to get that dopamine all the time. You're not. Don't chase after the dopamine. Have that flat line. If you're strong enough, you're going to deal with that emotion. What's that emotion? Emptiness. I feel emptiness. I walk to the cafe. I walk around school and it's just like another day. But in the back of my mind, what makes me get up, what makes me keep pushing, is because I know what's out there. I'm running a marathon and I know what's at the finish line. I know what's at the finish line. That's why I always say work towards your goal. Go on your journey. Because at the end of the day, you know where you're trying to get to. And all it takes is for you to cross that first milestone for you to even feel motivated. All it takes is for you to cross that first milestone for you to get that runner's high and to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I used to work out. Not even used to. I still am. Every day I'm working out, I'm working out, I'm working out, I'm working out. I'm not working out to look strong right now, even though I am. No, I want to look fit, stronger, more. I want to have a crystal defined physique in the future. Think about it. You are so weak, you have no discipline to the point where if you had a if you had a cinnamon roll in front of you and you know you're trying to get a six pack, you know that cinnamon roll is gonna give you fat face fat. You know that cinnamon roll is gonna go right to your stomach. But because oh, it's just right there, you're gonna eat the cinnamon roll. It's gonna take you like what 1 minute. Congratulations. Now you gotta work out for 20 more minutes just to lose a 1 minute decision. You see how ridiculous that is? Let me even go back and elaborate more on that McDonald's example. Because he did nothing with his time. His time is worthless. His time is worth nothing. Because from 1 hour of labor from him, he gets $11. At least with my degree, my 1 hour of work is at least, and I mean at least, getting me $50. And all it takes is 2 hours to get to 100, 4 hours to get to 200, 6 hours to get to 300, and 20 hours to get to 1,000. But guess what? Guess what your paycheck would be if you was to work 20 hours at McDonald's? Matter of fact, let me do the calculations in front of you. Let's do it together. Open your phone, go to the calculator app, right? Let's plug in, like I said, it's $11 an hour. 11 times 20 hours. You're making $220. for 20 hours of your time. And you know what's crazy? Do you know how many iPhones are sold per minute? Do you know how many consumers consume things per minute? Do you see how many people go in that McDonald's line? Let's say on average per hour, you're talking to like, because McDonald's, it'd be packed. Let's say you're talking to like, so I never worked at McDonald's, so this is just a crazy guess, crazy estimate. Let's say 11 people. You're just meeting 11 people. That's 11 customers. Imagine if it was your business. The money's going right to your pocket, but you're just getting the labor work. That's crazy. That's why I don't want to be hurtful with this next statement, but I know some people have to work a 9 to 5, and I mean like low 9 to 5 jobs to obviously, pay their original bills. Like maybe they're immigrants, they came with nothing. I know my dad, he had to work 2 jobs. So I'm not trying to bash your situation at all. But it's like when you really think about that living condition, you should want to do everything in your power to want to change that. If you're still living under your parents' house, you don't have freedom. You don't have freedom. You don't. You don't have freedom. You don't. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna leave you with two choices that you can do with your life now after this conversation. Just like the sports player, you can get on your grind. You can get on your purpose. You can get on your journey. Embrace all the hardships about yourself. Stop chasing after pleasure. Really reflect. A man who chases after pleasure is a man who's avoiding his destiny. Seriously, look it up. Find what's making you uncomfortable. Find what that void is. And then I want you to try your hardest to fulfill it. You had dreams when you were little. Where did they go? Where did they go? They were achievable. They were achievable. Where did it go? It's not even like you came short. You just completely gave up. What happened? What happened? Tell me. Tell me. I don't want to hear none of that. None of that. I'll tell you what happened. You gave up because you're not disciplined. You wanted to be happy with the life that you have right now. Now look at you. Now look at you. Maybe it paid off, maybe it didn't. But 8 times out of 10, it usually does not pay off when you give up on your dreams. They say it all the time. A 9 to 5 is going to help you pay the bills, but your dreams are going to make you rich. Two choices. Give up. Give up on your dream. Give up on your journey. Accept the comfortable path. Accept the easy road. That's cool. You won't get your trophy, yada, 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 whatever. Bronze. Maybe even triple aluminum. Or you give up your happiness. You accept that you're not going to be happy on this journey. But it's a trade off. Being a slave to discipline will help you pay off to be free later. Really, look at it. I say all the time, if you really want to get your business off the ground, just do 4 years. Alex Ramalji said that 4 years, 3 years. Ayman Gaji did not make his first client until 18 months after opening his business. A lot of y'all don't have that patience. I know y'all don't. You actually get patience as you grow up more and more. But what separates you is, can you have that patience when you're younger? Because, like I said, prodigies don't come when you're 34. No. Prodigies come from when you were 3 years old, you started dribbling a basketball. 4 years old, you were already doing between the leg crossovers. Then by the time you were seven, you were doing double between the hind backs. Bro, what am I talking about? I was just completely stuttering. Listen, after that example, give up your happiness. Give it up. Accept discipline into your life. Get rid of your pleasure. Get rid of all your pleasure. Stop looking in the mirror and telling yourself what you want to be. Stop saying, I will be a millionaire. I will be a millionaire. That's not doing anything. Those are just words. You're actually just saying words. I hope you know that. You're just saying words. You are trying to, number one, trick yourself. And look, it's good. It's good. It's good to reprogram your mind. But the best way to truly, and I mean truly, reprogram your mind is to just put in the work. F your emotions. F them. If you want to be a millionaire, put your head down and do work to be a millionaire. Get your multiple income sources. Then you can look in the mirror and say, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the mirror exercise, but make sure that your words are matching your actions. Stop wanting to be happy. Stop chasing happiness. Stop. Don't chase nothing. Attract it. And you attract by putting in the work million of times. Millions of times. Millions. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not a preacher. I'm just a guy talking. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. I need to see if you truly are enjoying my advice or not, or if I'm just wasting my time. Subscribe if you want more content. And if you're really, really enjoying this video, and it's the first video clicked here, click this video right here and go on your journey. Become the absolute best version of yourself.